Hello there, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the game I've always wanted to actually record and never actually done so for some particular reason. I don't know what it is. I always start it and then just never, I don't know. It's been a few times I'm like, right, okay, I'm going to do a little video of this, and then just, I don't know, I always get distracted by something. I'm like, you know what, actually not. I'm playing this with the EU4 music, which is a tad bit loud. I'm just going to turn it down slightly. I would play it with the amazing music that comes as part of the game, but it is copyrighted to an extent that man has not yet to experience on this plane of plane of existence. We do have a lot over here. Yeah, they're very interesting games. The only issue with the Judd games is they're about as stable as oh god, who's the topical figure? Lindsay Lohan. There we go. Keeping it topical. Keeping it recent. Okay. The second, I suppose I could have said Paris Hilton. That would have been probably a good one as well. Around sort of similar time frame. Okay, Maria Theresa at Bay. The Malwitz campaign. So that one begins in 1741. And there's some very interesting scenarios here, really. The Grand Campaign started with Prussia's invasion of Saxony. Prussia's alliance will win if it fulfills all requirements stated in the ledger, without incurring excessive losses. Austria's alliance will win if it fulfills all requirements stated in the ledger without incurring excessive losses. The key for Prussian victory to start by eliminating the Saxons surrounding Pirna will help. Then knocking a decisive blow to Austria before the coalition gets too strong. Her opponents have to survive 1751, then numbers will tell. Okay, we'll go ahead and start this one. I'm going to go with the Austrians, because I know I have a few people that are, like, majorly into the Austrian Empire of this sort of time. Well, the Habsburg Empire. And it's a very interesting time, really. Okay. Music's getting appropriate now. So, Saxony has been invaded by the Prussians on August 29th, 1756. Frederick II had to eliminate the Saxon army before considering any serious action against the Austrian army stationed in Bohemia. Time was an important factor since Austrian units had been recalled from Hungary, Italy, and the Netherlands, and were on the move to reinforce the armies in Bohemia. The Saxons avoided combat and withdrew to their fortified camp at Pirna, southeast of Dresden. Military operations were then brought to a standstill. The Prussian army established a blockade, while Austrian Field Marshal Brau was hastily furbishing his relief army at Prague. On Friday, October the 1st, the two armies clashed in the plain around Lobositz. Soon the fight centered on the Austrian defenses of Lobositz. Frederick II won the day by taking the village. The victory proved decisive and convincing the Saxon commander to ask to surrender terms after failed escape attempts. Harsh terms of capitulation were granted. On October 16th, Saxony was out of the conflict. In game terms, the Prussian player must hold and control all three regions with roads around Pirna. If he manages this for 1 to 3 turns, the Saxons will surrender. The Austrian player must do his best to free one of these roads before it is too late. Yeah, so essentially, let's see. Pirna, where's Pirna? Figure it's up this way. There's the camp over here then. So, let's see. I supposedly there's mountain here. Mountain fair. I think fair's the weather, isn't it? Wooded hills. Wooded hills. So essentially what I need to do then is, I doubt I'm going to be able to take Dresden. I mean, yeah, definitely not. There's some impressive units there. That one might be potentially our best shot due to the fact of the river. I mean, it does have the mountain. We obviously would benefit from having the river there, which would make it harder for the enemy, I'd imagine. There is a force over here under the Prussians. I could potentially look towards engaging this force over here and then opening up this road over to this side. If we take a look over here then, so what do we have? So we have the garrison. Right, Graf von Worcester, Brigadier General, the left wing, right wing, and Saxon army. Okay. So, Right, not exactly much in the way of power there. Not that I'd expect very much. Okay. German Grenadiers. Oh, so we have the Grenadiers over here, then we have the infantry. That's rather nice. I like that. So how many men do I have here then? 3,000 men. That's a locked garrison unit. So this unit does have to move to the north. I'm going to have it gather in Prague. So they're going to move over there. I'll have them enter the city once they do arrive. I do have this force over here. You can see this force is actually active. This is under the command of Brigadier Andreas von Futak. I can imagine there's some very knowledgeable people that will be watching this video and like, oh yeah, I know who that is. I know how to pronounce that too. And you're fucking it up. X, you're fucking it up. Okay. Do I have to enable him to become a Brigadier Commander? Right. You already have 35 brigades in the field for a maximum 120 rounds. Okay. This will cost you 10. Failures? I'm going to assume cash. Yeah. What does that actually spend? I've not seen any of those icons over here go down unless I've already spent it. So yes, we will have that done. So what do we have here then? So we do have what look to be hussars. These are, yep, indeed, our hussar cavalry. Now, this force, what else do we have here then? These are Grenzer. Not entirely sure what that is. A light infantry, okay. So, a nice little skirmishing force there, really. Yeah, some sort of a raiding force. I could look to secure the territory over here. Now, technically, I still control these roads. As you can see here, this is under our control. I could look to begin, So let's take a look at the supply map mode. Now, I can't really see the supply map mode for the enemy, of course. I think lights would indicate that there's more, perhaps. But I could be wrong. Yeah, so Prague really is the be-all and end-all. It would be nice to establish a second supply depot closer to the front, but that's probably not going to happen. We do have what looks to be the village of Zittau, or Zetau. Chemnitz. I mean, that could be interesting. It's a size 2 city, but yeah, it's one of these that looks like there's a trail over here, but it's not really connected to the road system as such. So it's not too particularly useful to me. So let's see. Dusseldorf. Yeah, so we have the Holy Roman Empire. Okay. Yeah, Holy Roman Empire. So these German states, I believe, should be loyal to us. Right. Yep, Sweden. I think they would join us in the coalition. Those forces are locked to the Pomeranian squadron. Poland over here. Well, I think this would be the Commonwealth, isn't it? Yeah, it looks to be the Commonwealth. It's listed as Poland, but I think it would be the Commonwealth this time. Actually, no, it could be Poland. It might just be Poland at this time. No, yeah, I'm gonna say Polish was in Commonwealth at this time, but I could be wrong. Could be wrong. Okay, so let's take a look at what we have then. Rise of Prussia. Okay. Unit list in Okay. Let's see. I think this takes us, yeah, replacements, military options. Quite elegant little menu. Okay, scenario background. Right, strength, here we go. Is this just showing me individual brigades, perhaps? No, it seems like it's showing me individual units. Okay. Whoops. Does move around pretty quick. Well, what I can do here then is... Right. So we have our main army over here, it seems. Maximilian. Not a particularly amazing commander. Quickly angered and is overly cautious. Not exactly brilliant. Right, so we do have these transport ships over here then. Well, riverine transportation. Brigadier Carl O'Donnell. In the second line. He's not bad actually, he's pretty well balanced. He's not the best, but I suppose he does have some balance over the other commanders. Okay. Now, if I take a look at these, so we have first line, second line. Right. What I'm considering here then is... I don't know. I don't think I'd be terribly penalised by having them march separate. I suppose it's going to be something, I mean, well, it's going to be somewhat similar to, obviously, Napoleon in some years from now, really, in the fact that he would march around with these corps. In essence, have the army divided amongst the corps and then, like, unify it upon battle. Or anticipation of battle. So I think we might go for that sort of style, which could work for and definitely against us, but we'll see. I am tempted to move towards intercepting these roads over here. Like, for example, Hull, how do you pronounce that? Could be a nice target. There's no walls around that settlement, and it would at least cut that road. Make it somewhat more difficult. I could move to reinforce the garrison here, but cavalry is not exactly ideal for that sort of thing. Oh, I can't move outside that area. Can I move? I can move into these areas then, okay. It would take me 12 days to march there. 9 days. I don't know how strong that unit actually is. Okay. So the capital. More marine transportation, which is nice. Medium transport. Right. 8 turns until Prince Charles Lorraine is over. Well, who's overly cautious. The Emperor, very impressive. Maria Theresa. Of Theresa. Admire Commando. There's no support from home. Or from the capital, I should say. We are due support from across the Empire, so it's a case of holding out, really. They are locked. Okay. Croatia. Hungary, I believe, yeah. Croatia, Hungary and Transylvania. Serbia, they have the Ottoman Empire. Okay. I think what I'll do then is gather the riverine elements, which are available. Don't think I can effectively... No, I can't effectively use them here. So never mind that. Righto. We could be heavily defeated in the field quite quickly if we are not careful. And that's probably going to happen anyway. I could be completely wrong in choosing this sort of stratagem. As long as I hold one of these roads. I mean, the garrison may yet fall. So I'm going to tell them to hold out at all costs. They surrender anyway. if they are defeated. So there's no real choice about that one. I could keep these guys over this way. To the south, potentially threaten the enemy somewhat, but not really anywhere near enough to deal with something that large. I think our best bet then is to really... Well, I'm going to place you in the first line then. Right, needs 24 to operate. We have 25. So there's a slight... Oh, okay, that one's slightly larger. We do have a siege mortars over here then. I think I will leave them behind. I really can't see for what I'd need them for right now. May speed up. Well, they could be very handy, so I will put them back in, but I should say. Put them into the second line. I will have the army Bohemia. Marshall North. Now, the issue is the road network is... It really is built upon heading this way and then over here. So let's see, if I was to do that, it would take 36 days, and that's marching along the best roads, isn't it? So, if I take a look over here then. Bohemian army in second line. Now, I might make a stand here in the mountains, but it's one of those of, is it worth it? It may be playing into the Prussian hands. But, yeah, it's not a well, it's not an easy thing to do. I mean, this is historically where the battle took place, then, apparently. If I fight in the mountains, do I really benefit myself? I think it's one of these of, we need to determine what the Prussian strength is, really. I may want to actually sit at the town of Lobositz. Possibly. We'll march to the town over here anyway. I think the turns in this game are about 2 weeks, I'm not entirely sure on that one. Right, synchronized movement. So I think they should head out there together now. $14 days, 11 days. Ideally they synchronize our movement. How long would it take you to move across there? 6 days. 16 days this way. What I'll have you do then is... Well, let's see. I need to bear in mind the amount of supply that we have. I think take up position in the town over here. Into the town. Just defend and retreat, really. Don't really want you to engage. Let's see. Apparently we have a French force over here. Veterans over here. Yeah, these are French. I don't believe any of these guys are active. Let's see. Armée Française. 14 turns. Yeah, 14 turns will have the French. Which is pretty important support there, really. Yeah, sort of Maximilian, really. I'm not particularly confident due to the fact that I don't think we have the means to hold out against Prussian strength. The Prussians have really good commanders, and that is the big issue. This brigade over here would be nice. I could use it to reinforce, but it's only 3,000 men. It's not exactly amazing. Okay, we do have a small bridge over here. Yeah, well, at least some sort of... Unless that's meant to represent a Forden, but it looks like a... It's like a trial, really. An idea, maybe invest in naval assets, perhaps, but we'll see. Right. Available replacement. Do I just regain these over time? Oh, I see. Yes, they are. So decision mode. So, reconnaissance would be nice over here at Dresden. Alright, that would displease the population. Morale, conscripts. Not yet. I'm going to run reconnaissance around this area. I could build a redoubt over here, which I think I will look to construct. I could position one over here, but is it going to be useful? Okay, so that will take... How long will that take? Shift. 5 war supplies. Okay, 1 turn, supposedly. Which would be nice. It would be nice to actually have a redoubt over here. At least it would give some sort of ability. Alright, military recruitment mode. Fort battery. Okay. German grenadiers. German infantry. Now... Let's see. I don't have any naval assets. Württemberg. Sweden, Bavaria, Saxony, France, Austria. Okay. Austrian Royal Regiment. Hungarian. Okay. So I need 80 conscripts for that, 55 money. So perhaps I do look at actually drafting. I'll draft at Prague. Out of Vienna. Centres where I do have strong control. Okay. There's a significantly good chance that the game could crash immediately, so we'll take the risk there. But we'll see. I don't know if this strategy will have really any chance, to be honest. Okay, I'm actually quite glad that I didn't move too far north. It looks as if the Prussians are potentially marching south. We appear to have a fortified camp at Lobositz. Looks like the Prussians are besieging the Saxons. Yeah, the difficulty is if I march, we might find ourselves outnumbered. Seems there are Prussian incursions into the area. They are besieging a fort there. Okay, looks like the first and second line should arrive at Lobositz. Lobositz. I'm going to pronounce it a million different ways. I've been wrong every time. Right, okay. Yeah, there's a strong Prussian force. A very strong Prussian force. That one... It is fairly strong. Yeah, we do have a few brigades there. This army is not yet active, but it would be sufficient to deal with that one. 25,000 men. Yeah, 10,000, nearly 11,000 horse and 96 cannon. It should be able to handle that. We do have a number of brigades. It's quite similar in strength, actually. We have not yet made it here, then it seems. Or have we? I think we have, actually. With that, that's good. Right. Now, let's see. I could build a depot here, but I might be playing against myself. So it looks like it's 10 days until the fortified camp's ready. The issue with fortified camps is the fact that, well, you're either outside them or inside them. I do need to rest here. My cohesion does need to recover. What I will do then is I will build a depot there. Let's see, do I have any other decisions? Well, that's recruiting. So I could raise additional forces here, like an Austrian Royal Regiment. Which... yeah. 68 conscripts for the Hungarians and 8 war supply, 80... That's a lot of conscripts. War supply isn't particularly amazing. Right, so there's been walls there. Yes. The garrison's not exactly terribly large. So I would like to sally out, but it's not a terrible amount of choice. You'll head to Prague, and you'll settle just in Prague for just the time being, recover your cohesion. I'm going to set it to passive, the reason being it increases the rate at which they actually regain cohesion, I do remember. Recall, sorry. Right, can I merge you with your units now? Not yet, apparently. No, okay. But I do have something to work with over here, so I could look to actually head north. I could even potentially look to cross towards Dresden. But if I cross to Dresden, I think we would be quite outdone. So I could look towards actually pushing on the Prussians over here. That could be nice. Right, that region's been pillaged, which is interesting. I can't penetrate too deep. But if I can try to go for these isolated garrisons like that, I might be able to cause some problems. What I will do then is have them retreat if engaged. In fact, right, let's cancel that. Head for the town over here. Enter into the town. Defend and retreat. But head into the actual town over here. So they will arrive in 10 days? Round about that sort of time frame there. We're going to remain in position here. I could recruit units, but it's like, well, Jaegers. Am I going to get the required bang for my buck? Not so certain. I don't think there's terribly long that I have. I'm going to try and see if I can draw the Prussians out. I'm not going to use my assets yet. I will see if we have any options. Right, let me see if there's any stacks that are available. Okay, guess not. Still drafting. Right, get a new Austrian general. Generals are very important, to be honest. So if I see here then, so would, how much would this cost me? Oh, it costs 5 engagement points, I think they are. Engagement points indeed, okay. I could raise money. But I don't need to. I would very much like a new general. If I'm honest. Additional training. New general, please. That would be quite nice, yes. Okay. Could do that. I don't think there's really much gain to that, really. So they can stay there. They could actually take these forces upriver, perhaps. So we'll stick with that. I'm going to save it. Again, spoilers, game may crash. I'm kind of expecting it any moment, to be honest. So bear that one in mind. Yeah, with the Prussians' position at Perna. Or Perna. I'm going to say Perna. I can't really do too much. I could rely... Well... Looks like we are fortifying Lubezitz. If they march south, which it looks like they were marching south, actually. Yes, they are marching south. I don't think we're going to win this battle. I'm hoping we win this battle. But I remember often being disappointed in this game. Because your generals are just not very good. And it looks like the Prussians are busy. The issue is the Prussian threat to the east. And that one's difficult to deal with because I don't have the forces available as of yet. But if I advance, then I should have forces available. Okay, let's take a look. Now, that looks like a... Oh, they took it. Okay. I don't think there's much I could have done about that. Oh dear. I kind of thought we'd have more time there. I thought wrong. The capitulation of Saxony is signed after a last rescue attempt by the Austrians. The surviving Saxon soldiers passed between 2 battalions of Prussian Guards were received by 2 battalions of the Prince of Prussia Regiment. They were then forced to enlist in the Prussian army. Oh. Yeah. So they've been effectively turned against us. No. We are at full cohesion. What does that icon indicate? So I have 1 level of entrenchment. Take an additional 12 days to reach the next. See, supply is something I have to really take into consideration. I do at least gather some supply here now. I think I do. Yeah. I'm going to have them hold... I don't think I need both armies, but I could be wrong. My real worry... to be honest, what I'm going to do is stay on the defensive. I think the issue is if I attack this unit over here, which, yeah, it would be easy to destroy, but I have got this other unit over here, this brigade. So I'll send this brigade over here to at least hold the rear. Yeah, I worry... Okay, this army is now active due to the fact that we still have this under control. but we do need to go about relieving it. It probably shouldn't be too difficult to relieve it due to the fact that these Prussian units might find themselves a little bit lower on supply. Let's see. I will march. 12 days. What I'll say is... Ooh, what's the terrain? Wooded hills. Is there any cards I can play here? I might begin to build a redoubt over here as well, actually. I don't think there's anything else I can do. I'm going to have them move into the area. I'm not going to have them set to attack, because what I'm going to do is see if I can actually move into the area. And then see what happens, effectively. Right. There's a Prussian force here, and it's not a weak force at that. I'm going to move over here. And what I'm going to do, an offensive posture. Feint and probe. We'll go with that. Save it again. You received a new general. Dannenberg. Received additional replacements. Where's Dannenberg? Yeah, supplies are a little bit low. Where the hell's Dannenberg? Is he at Vienna? Yes. Not a terrible commander. Have him march north. Well, travel north as quickly as possible. 10 days, okay. So yes. Not many options. Okay. So that would give me line replacements in place of militia. Which I would very much like to do. Let's see what it says. Oh, I see. That is expensive. I only have 4 engagement points, actually. That would cost me 1, so I'm going to go for that. Okay. We'll have some line replacements at least. I'm going to pray that I can get level 2 entrenchment over here. That would be very nice. I don't think it's going to make a goddamn difference, really. But any advantage I can gather is good. I don't even know if it's really the right place to hold. Oh, dear. Are they... Oh, they are assaulting the city, aren't they? Probably should set them to attack then. Yeah, so we do suffer defeat over here. We do inflict casualties upon the enemy. They will be somewhat disorganized. So at least once we do arrive, we will be able to carry out an attack. Looks like we moved out just in the right time there, considering the amount of Prussian forces over here. No, we are still attacked, so yeah, that feint was a bad idea. Yeah, heavy losses there. I think they fell back. Not the best thing there, but it looks like the Prussians anticipate that. Okay, 15 days have gone by. So that means that we should, in theory, have level 2 entrenchment. Level it. Alright. Did they take the fortress? They have taken it. Right, we will have to attack now. We can't. That's not good. He's not active. Oh, these are... What are these? Oh, these are militia, okay. That's nice. Still the same sort of force over here. I think I could probably attack here without punching the wave one. So we'll order an attack. Always got to be somewhat conservative just in case. Right. Can't believe to see the thing now. There we go. They're going to march over this way. Head over here to the fortified camp first. Rendezvous. Together. They're going to head south. Cover that strength. Okay. That's not good. That's very much not good. We'll continue forward. Perhaps we should have been more aggressive, but this is it. I'm not very much... Well, I'm not very familiar with the game. Nor what is particularly the right move. So we'll see. It might have been better that we had attacked the Prussians to begin with. But I don't think we had the strength to dislodge the Russians. So I just think it's one of those of where... I don't know, maybe if I'd stayed on the road outside? Perhaps, but then I think I would have been invited in battle. It's one of these of, are the Saxons worth defeat in the field? Like a defeat that I don't know if I could come back from. Okay, so we do have the battle over here at Konigats, I don't know how you pronounce that. Looks to be going well though. Yeah, so we achieved victory here on the first day. Yeah, similar levels of men lost, but then again we do have more men than they do. They have more cannon than I do actually, which is actually quite a interesting thing. Okay, battle lobolets. Yeah, we annihilate that force. Strange thing to have sent out here. So that's good, that's a nice... See, what I mean, like, this was wow, that was led by Frederick II, okay. You can see the level of skill between the commanders is just impressive. I'm going to say that wasn't led by the Prussian king, so that would be rather bizarre if it was. We'll say it was a scouting party or some sort of vanguard element. Oh... Yeah, those forces have been told to retreat, so I hope they retreat. I don't know if that was a Prussian force rejected or whether it's a new force heading down this way. I've got to be mindful of my supply situation, so I may have to construct a redoubt on the second... on the other half of the riverbanks, but we'll see. So far, so good. Okay, looks like winter's upon us in the north. Early November. Ooh, definitely upon us. These men are finding it very difficult now. Evade combat. I need you to make it back to Prague. Try to make it there. Right, so I did achieve battle. So I achieved victory. Nothing that can be done there. They're going to remain in garrison here. I'm going to have the second line fall back to Prague. They can then winter there. The army of Bohemia. There is supply. I could winter in the encampment. "23 days to reach the next level." Supply looks good, so we're alright for the time being. Okay. Siege works. How much does that cost me? I think that would be worthwhile. Actually, place that over there over this army. Ooh, or do I want to? I'm going to say Soak City is going to be in the battle soon enough. Okay. Still have replacements. Engagement points. Yeah, those are the ones that are difficult. Change per turn too. So I'm going to have to save them up. Not much I can do right now. So we did gain national morale there. Since we do have forces active now. Right, so I do have a brigade active, it seems. And a very fine Major General, actually. Ah, interesting. Österreich. Facade. Good news is we have additional artillery. They will march north. You'll have them march over here to Köln. I'm going to construct a depot over here, actually. Apparently I cannot. Oh, I think they might have one already, actually, perhaps. Right, we'll see. You do have some level of entrenchment, which is good, so that's nice. So yes, this is where we stay for the time being. Let's see, is there any options here? Automatic is just to raise more cash. Nothing yet. We'll go forward. It is dangerous pulling back half the main body from opposites. But if we were attacked, we'd have the winter play a role there, which I think would benefit us. We do have level 2, potentially level 3 entrenchment soon enough. We do have supply there. I don't want to overburden my supply lines too much, but I do want to have an army at Prague. So at least I do have that flexibility. Yeah, looks like Prague is to be threatened. So I think a worthwhile move there, really. Looks like Prague is indeed under siege. And yes, we engage at Prague here. We do outnumber the enemy, nearly 2 to 1. Actually, it looks like we outnumber them about 2 to 1 or a little bit more than that. The Battle of Prague, hour 1. Moving into the assault. Assault phase is usually probably where we're going to do quite well. We actually lose more, but his is a smaller force. But you can just see the difference in the commanders. Really makes all the difference there. It's just tremendous. But we do eject them from Prague, so I think it was a worthwhile thing to do there, actually. Otherwise, we might have been left in a delicate position with Prague under siege. So we prevented the siege of Prague, which was quite good, actually. Yeah, and it's not great for them in the winter conditions. I mean, that wasn't a weak force either, so that was a good thing to actually, well, push back. Supply reserve there. Okay. Supply is low. I will send... once this force arrives down here, I'll have it escort the supply caravan. I could have this force move up over there. My worry, though, is we might lose this if I leave it. They can regain cohesion. Army Behemoth still encamped over here. 17 days until they get to level 3. So it's going to be 2 turns. Let's see. They're not terribly strong over here. I'm not too eager to march north yet. I think once the weather subsides somewhat, possibly. Yeah, you can see supply hits are a danger. The Duke of Newcastle resigned. Oh, General de Ville and 10 battalions arrived near Vienna after a long march from the Austrian Netherlands. Oh, superb. Yeah, this is what I'm talking about. Started to receive additional forces now. Very good. Hungarians. Transfer. 1 and 2. Okay, have them winter obviously in Vienna. Yeah, so you can see here 6 battalions from the Netherlands, 4 battalions from the Netherlands. Hungarian cavalry from Pressburg arrived near Pressburg. Hungarian infantry. So we are gaining power now. I'm just going to hold on. Transylvania. Battalions from Croatia. Yeah, that's actually a good chunk of power, really, isn't it? Hungary defense. Yes, okay. So I think what we're doing here is more or less right. We are engaging the enemy where we need to engage the enemy. I could look to send the siege mortars over here, and that would be quite nice. I'm not too eager on this unit right now. So I'm going to hold on here to Prague. Possibly until after December, or possibly until December, we'll see. I'm going to see what happens with that Prussian army there. Well, at least the couple brigade army. I'm glad that we got to Prague. I can't say if we arrived at Prague before they did. I feel like we might have, but I'm not entirely certain on that. Okay, I'm glad that we didn't march north to Pana. That would have been a bad idea. Right, that army's retreating. I mean, so far, so good. We've lost territory. You can see that the Prussians actually established a fortified camp there. Yeah, so we have lost territory. We haven't... Well, we've engaged. The skirmish... raiding force did take losses. But we have won the major battles so far. Alright. Supply is running low there. You are now active. And it looks like the garrison over here has basically capitulated. Or at least starved, as far as I can see. So I'm sure there's a unit in here. Okay. Most battalions from Croatia are reaching the suburbs of Vienna. Gdanza regiments. Not active yet, so not much to be concerned about. Berg's brigade. I will take it. And send it this way too. Oh, I do have 2 brigades here. Excellent. Combine. That's actually not a weak force. Yeah, we are doing fairly good so far. It's one of these, isn't it? The Prussians have to deliver a knockout blow quickly. Or face plenty of reinforcements. I am going to attack here. Sustained attack. And take the city. I don't think it'll automatically fall quite so much, but we'll see. The advanced guard, yeah, this is it. In fact, looks like we'll achieve victory here. At least possibly. I'm going to have them head for Prague, and then they can actually rest and recover there. Right, over here a little bit. You can see 2,178 powers, pretty impressive. 13 days. It's fine. Supply situation's good. Going to continue to hold on. Reinforcements are coming. I do have a good amount of wall supply and conscripts as well, so that's good news. I'm really trying to just hold on to my assets for the time being, really. I don't think there's units that are worth constructing yet, because you can build new units, but it's one of those of like, Oh, I don't think they surrendered at the actual citadel we're besieging, well, fortress we're besieging. I think they might have been outside, but it looks like they're in the fortress again. But we should have level 1 entrenchment, or potentially even level 2 entrenchment at Prague soon enough as well, which is nice. So the Prussians are active in the area. They look like they're trying to get around on the flank there towards Bohemia. At least on towards the heart of Bohemia. I think this would be Bavaria, wouldn't it? No, is that no, this is Bavaria over here. Okay. Just ignore I said that. Okay, yeah, late December. Right. Breach over here. Inflicted 10 enemy hits the enemy during the siege. Supply is running low. I think I will assault. Oh, he's not active this time, can't say. Right, at least they'll make it back home shortly. I'm going to have this force move over here actually to combine with the army. The reason being I want to get that extra supply in there. Okay. Second line army over here, level 2 entrenchment, which is good. Get in there. Roughly equal losses for the most part. So we'll save, move on. Should retake the fortress. I might spend some of our actual resources on fortifying it again. Obviously build up a garrison perhaps. Would be nice. Okay. So there's a Prussian force there. Now the year of our Lord, 1757. That's a bloody strong force, isn't it, when you think about it? 1,500. No wonder it won. It is active now, so I'm going to tail it to assault. I think it has just been reinforced as well. Oh no, will be soon. So I'm going to assault over here then. Should have the strength to really look after itself for the most part. I don't know where the main Prussian army is right now. What's in this army? Oh, is this armies of the Germans? Yeah, Holy Roman Empire. Oh, okay, so these guys receive the veterans. Interesting. Oh, Charles de Lorraine. Britain recaptures Calcutta. In India, Britain recaptures Calcutta. A force accompanying sepoys and British troops led by Robert Clive recapture the city, headquarters of the Bengal Presidency. Assassination attempt on the king. Wow. So what does that do? Plus 5 national morale. Very nice. Ooh. Marshal Brown, succeeded by Prince Charles of Lorraine. Marshal Brown is plagued by recurrent lung disease illness that renders him unfit for leading the major Austrian force. The Emperor sends her brother-in-law, Prince Charles of Lorraine, to take over the army command. Well, that's very good, actually. He's not as bad. He's still overly cautious, but he's not terrible. He's not ill-tempered. And that is actually quite nice. Promoted to lead a new army. Port sanitation. Austrian morale decreases to balance the game. Oh, that's nice. We've actually gained engagement points from that. So that's not too bad. I think it better to hold on to them for now. Eight days. You just sit pretty here. They're going to move across the river and finally reach Prague, and then they can rest and recuperate in Prague. So if I take a look here. Level 2 entrenchment. I don't know if they can actually reach level 3. Yeah. Oh, maximum entrenchment level 2 is reached. Okay. Either way, not too bad. At least I do have additional forces I could send to where they're needed. It's like right now our 3 principal armies are at Lublitz, Prague, and Konigratz. I can't pronounce it. Konigratz. Yeah. I might want to look towards actually combining the armies in the campaigning season. To be fair, what I want to do is engage and decisively defeat. Yeah, decisively defeat one element of the Prussian force. See, the Prussians have fantastic generals, and I really need to just compensate by just, yeah, completely outnumbering them, overwhelming them. So they have established a fortified camp to the north of Prague, actually. That could be a good point at which we make battle, really. But again, I'm going to wait until the weather is on our side, as it would be on the side of the Prussians as well, but oh well. Beggars can't be choosers. It is clear. Yeah, woods, actually. Brigades over here. Okay. So we have retaken it. Still a fort battery over here, actually. That'd be nice to capture if I could. But, yeah, there we go. Received reinforcements as well. Very good. Very good. So they're building a redoubt over here. Yeah, okay. So called for the assault over here. Okay, let's see. Russia signs the Treaty of Versailles. Russia signs the first Treaty of Versailles, becomes indirectly the ally of France and Austria against Britain and Prussia. The Empire declares war on Prussia. The Holy Roman Empire declares war on Russia. Prussia's upgraded artillery. I see. And I've gained additional engagement points. I'm actually doing quite well there. 2 commanders. Reckless cavalrymen. Okay, I'm going to have them march north. To Prague. Yeah, they need to recover. Stay outside 1 additional turn. Infantryman. Training master. That's really good, actually. Overly cautious is a thing. But you can understand why. It seems like these forces are now... Yes, it's like this area of the... Central Europe's now open. So I think I will have access to additional forces soon enough as well. That means I'm going to have to deal with threats elsewhere where the Prussians will be stronger. But no decisive defeat against us yet, so that's good. We have beaten off the Prussians so far, so I'm quite happy with that. I can imagine had I been playing against a human Prussian opponent, then yeah, they probably would have concentrated their forces and just smashed their way south. The thing is, they have some excellent leaders, so they could probably do that. Like, the first few days really do absolutely favour the Prussians. And as stated in the introduction, the more time that passes, the more the strength disparity increases, really. Okay, still in the winter. Reinforcements over here. Is that an infantry? No, it's a militia, okay. Is this in this region? No, it is here. I'll have them make camp here. Supply enough. Yes, that was worthwhile taking. Well, retaken, I should say. Plenty of engagement points. A large garrison. I think I'll reinforce Dusseldorf. I think I'll pay for those. Some additional replacements, really. Yeah, lots of different nations there. Apparently the Russians are involved too. Okay. So we'll have one more turn and then we'll bring the recording to an end. I think this is it. I think what we do then is essentially wait for the forces from the rest of the Empire to be assembled, and then we march north. Possibly north. I mean, that, it's a small unit of there. I mean, Dresden could be a very interesting place to actually push for. I think what we'd do is really, really almost like the Anaconda campaign, really, just like moving the river there. At least I could actually move supplies up and down and then up and down using the actual riverine boats. Well, just the river boats. Now active in Vienna. Yep. So, first half of the Netherlands army's ready. How many men is that? That is, it's not terribly many men. But still, better than nothing. Oops. Bloody hell. Right, there we go. They can march to Prague. It's gonna take some time. Treaty of Alengar. A pact is signed in India by Robert Clive, the agent of the British East India Company, after his recovery of Calcutta on January 2nd from the Nawab of Bengal. The Nawab was eager to secure his rear from the threat of attack by the Afghans, who had just taken and sacked Delhi. Moreover, all British goods that passed through Bengal would be exempt from duties. Very nice. Constitution of a Britannic Army of Observation. Britain's Prime Minister William Pitt asked the House of Commons to assist the King George II, assist the King in the constitution of an army of observation, Hanover, and in the financing of his Prussian ally. Interesting. You train 3 Austrian regular replacements. Okay. Well, this is where we'll call it. So I'm going to say Happy Christmas, and yeah, Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year to all of you. Consider this something of an early gift, really, when it's uploaded. If you guys would like to see more, then do let me know down below in the comments. It really is going to be decided by the amount of views, likes, comments, and all that sort of thing. I know it's vulgar, but this is it. It's one of these things where I only have so much time, and I want to make sure I'm doing the things that you guys want to see. So thank you for watching. And I know there's a few guys out there who are really going to enjoy this, so you're welcome there, Fernando. I know you're going to be watching this. Until next time, thank you for watching. If you guys have enjoyed this, please do like, favourite, subscribe, share, all that sort of jazz. And if you think I've earned it, please do consider becoming a patron of mine. Definitely makes a big difference. Until next time, thank you and goodbye.